Alright. So, this is part 8. 9. I don't know. Kind of delirious at this point. It's been 4 hours of like non-stop talking. So we're back in Nubia after killing Wave Beam. I think there is... We're going up to Red, Chozo, and I'll talk about some specific stuff after that. But it's just movement. You want to flash shift into the right half of this room. So these these Chozos with the shield, you want to storm missile them and do at least one extra missile, so you could break them without having to break the shield. Watch. I want to match the finish. Be very... So I actually messed up. I should have tanked the first hit. No. It's kind of RNG. But I missed one storm shot. 5-shot storm lock. So he ended up doing a shield attack, but generally he doesn't do any shield attacks at all, and you just break his shield automatically and phase him. Be very careful with his hits. Each hit does like 2.5 tanks, so you realistically only take about 2, maybe 3 hits, so be very careful. So now that we have Power Bomb, Power Bombs is pretty weak, honestly. It has very specific uses. As for charging it, charge it early. See, if you go through here, it resets the charge. So I like to double flash and power bomb here. And then do the same. And then there's these drones at the bottom. So once you power bomb, you're actually waiting for this thing to break. So like run around and like farm it until you get at least 1 extra power bomb. If you get 2, if you manage to get 2 because RNG, like come down here and then jump morph and then put a power bomb like here, and that'll break that. And then you can farm these drones too if you need an extra one. But if you don't have a power bomb, I tend to just like do cross bomb up there, do cross bomb here, and then farm it and see if I get another one. But here, the speed boost, I can do 1. Okay, yeah, you get 1 try at that. I'm not gonna reset. You can actually keep it with a power bomb and immediately spark. Now this Chozo, same thing. It's the gold Chozo, probably the coolest Chozo, honestly. His shield is slightly different. The red Chozo, if you want to break the shield, you just like smack it. But if the gold Chozo, you have to grapple it away. But if I do it right, you won't ever see it. I can break them. For the red Chozo, if you have around 63 missiles like I have, which is where I tend to like to be, you have just enough to completely just storm missile him to death. But the gold Chozo, you cannot. So what I like to do here is I open it and I flash shift and mash melee. I think I double flashed into that doorway, but if you from after you kill it and you open the door and you flash shift, if you melee, you just like you kind of spawn in on them on the button there. Okay, so close to being done. I'm so tired. So here is a speed tech. I don't know who created it. It might have been me. I don't know. But you can speed all the way to the save room from this position. If you miss it, whatever. And you want to jump like right here. Like right here. In the middle of the slope. You want to like shoot this way. I don't know if you heard the door open. It might have already been open. But yeah, you just... but you can keep its speed through. It's a door transition. When you power bomb, you have two choices. Either you power bomb right here, or neat. Continuing, you could, this is throwing me off, but this looks so weird. You could power bomb right here, or you can go in. You can spark the slope, store it, and then power bomb right here. All that will happen is those blocks over there, more of it will just break. So let that close, power bomb, go through, and that's it. Dude, this is tripping me up so hard. It just looks weird. Okay, so Raven Beak. There's a lot to talk about Raven Beak. There's a guide on Speedrun Academy. B-Dog sent me like a script of it. It was too dense to make a guide on, but let me explain as much as possible. You need at least 12 hertz mash. Okay, you need at least 12 hertz mash, however you want to do it, right? And 12 hertz continuous. I'm not talking about like, see these gaps? You could have at most 2, maybe 3 gaps in your stream at all, or you miss gold skip. Now, let me show you gold skip as we go in. There are 2 methods. I'll show you the storm missile method. I can't show you the like the super fast way. I don't think I'd reach 15 hertz. Oh, okay, alright, I suck ass anyways. But yeah, once you start the fight, you want to missile them and cross bomb them to force them to do this. Yeah, I don't reach 15. So I reach a modest 12, maybe 13. Maybe on a good day I reach 14. So you basically force them into the red parry state as fast as you can. It's usually like you walk forward, you missile them, you cross bomb, just start wailing into them until you see red. Like that. And you hold storm. Once he melees, you keep holding storm until you see 2 locks. And preferably you don't hit the freaking right stick. And then you mash. You let the missiles rock and you mash. And then you'll see him skip to phase 2. Now, I have a video on this again, but I'm still going to explain it because it's pretty important to get this across, because if there's anything in this fight that saves time, it's just do this. It's not too much to ask. And I think this is very achievable. So we skipped gold. Now, what you can do if you can't reach gold skip hertz is you shoot him with 9 missiles. 9 missiles, his shield will go like reddish purple, but not full red, and you do the parry. It's kind of RNG on how fast he parries. You can manipulate it a little bit, but once he does the melee, you parry him and you mash as much as you possibly can. If you get the skip, cool. If you don't, you missile him one more time and now force the full screen wide parry, and you should be able to phase him afterwards. If you don't, either get turbo or work on your mashing. Those are your only two choices, or go for like because after that is he goes gold, and it just means you don't meet the mashing requirements. Like the mashing requirements for 9+1 is like, I don't know, like 8 hertz, 8, 9, maybe 10 hertz at max. It's very lenient. So in this second phase, a lot is going on. Let me see if I can. You don't want this. He takes 50 missiles to the phase. If he does that, if he does this, you want to do a melee, a lunging melee, right? And you want to be near this wall. Lunge melee. That one hurts. He was a little bit too close to the wall. His hyper beams is fairly easy to avoid. If he does that, you can like do a cross bomb. If he's like in this position, you kind of want to hit him. You'll force him to stop the Gatling. The reason why you want I'm just gonna like straight up die if I take a hit. The reason why you want to hit him with cross bombs is cross bomb does as much as a ice missile, which is 400. Beam. The reason why you don't want to match beam is each of these pellets does 12, 16, 16 or something. Like all three does like 48 or something along those lines, right? It's like to mash to equal ice missile, you have to mash at 17 hertz continuously to reach ice missile DPS, and that's not even including cross bombs, right? The void cross method, which I think by name was created by Void, the Smash player who was running this for a bit. Yeah, you gotta mash at like 17 hertz. So don't mash on this fight unless you have turbo, and then you could like weave or do whatever you want that turbo does. But yeah, like there's a lot of manipulation for a second phase. The second phase is the most important phase because you have to do a lot, and you can potentially die in third phase if you don't do the second phase properly. When you Gatlings, you want to do the melee aim, slide under it, hug the wall. If he's at the wall and he does one Gatling, you can actually avoid. You can do the melee lunge for one of them, but then he kind of goes to a more up left position and aims more down, and then that's like you just get demolished, right? So you have to like spin attack at him. But if you're at the wall, he never does a stomp, so that's why you're gonna see me like kind of going back and forth. So let's go through a phase 2 version. I didn't hit my stick that time. I waited too long. Right. I forgot about that. You actually, like, there's a certain time limit and, like, you gotta be quick. So I never actually talked about missile RPM. There is a certain, it depends on the distance that you shoot the missile, but you can shoot the missiles too slow. But you'll see like a continuous stream. So if you see the sun, it's power bomb. Okay? If you see the gravity, I don't know. If you see this, just jump over and just run at him. See if he does it again. If he does this, wait for it to like to climb link, and you just run it. It takes way less than getting hit, right? Now this melee, if he does it super early, take the melee. It does like 10,000 damage to him, and ends the fight way faster. If he does this, just run into it, unless you're like close to death. If he does the melee, just jump over him. But yeah, if he does the parry, very important. If he does it, especially as like his first attack, take the melee and do the cinematic. Very important. It's like free damage. And just like missiles, do not mash. Do not mash in third phase. Just missiles non-stop in this phase. Like this is all free damage. Now, one specific thing, like while he's doing all this, you're missiling, and you're doing specifically 2 missiles and cross bomb. All right, 2 missiles, cross bomb. Let me show you again, and then I'll do a full fight. So you do 2 missiles, cross bomb, 2 missiles, cross bomb, 2 missiles, cross bomb. That entire third phase, unless you have turbo, in which case you do missile weave. Man, it's like super hard to do. All right, let's just do the full fight. And I'm gonna take like a break after we go through. See how slow I'm shooting missiles? Because I'm not really timing. And that was a pretty solid Raven Beak fight. He does take 2 parries, by the way. Well, most other fights take one parry, but he takes 2. So Axe Raven Beak, there's not much to talk about. The only thing you have to do is wait. If you shoot him early, all you're doing is pushing him back and forcing him to just take longer to get to the position that you can actually kill him. It's actually a threshold at a specific point. near you. Right, you can actually kill him with wave beam if you reach the damage threshold in that interval. But anything before that is just like he's invulnerable and you're just wasting time. So you're gonna wait for like a 6th step. Basically, when his left paw hits the ground and he stumbles, right here, and he stumbles. Once you do that, you just go shoot and you. And then he dies. That's you can actually wait a little bit longer, but I prefer not to. Now escape has a lot of moving parts. There is a hyper keep in the beginning, very difficult to get, not run viable yet. I don't think it'll ever be, but it's super hard. There's 2 ways up. You can just space jump up. It's just faster. You can actually just like store here. I use this as like a cue. Just spark up. But yeah, the arc, the hyper keep is like you just keep through all of this right here. You speed keep all the way through here, and then you keep all here. Here you want to like power bomb. If you're on anything before 2.0, you can crash there. Now this right here is the arc spark. Pretty difficult. I'm gonna try it. Yep. I almost got it. But yeah, you speed keep all the way here. Now here, you can either ball spark up, because there is a cinematic right here, or you can jump up past this rubble. As long as you're like up at this height, you'll be fine. But yeah, spark up. Now here, I want to speed boost. It's actually faster to store here and just go up. I think I'm gonna miss it. And then you spark like right up there. You can actually speed keep all the way up. Don't recommend it. Dang, I keep messing this up. Anyways, yeah, you just spark it. If you let go, sometimes there's a specific reason you just like kind of rub this slope and just go past it. Man, it's really loud. But I would just hold up. And then you have completed Dread. The end. Oh my god. This is what, part 9 or something like that? But yeah. This is a guide that was aimed more towards beginner. I did put some advanced stuff in there, but mostly it's like at most intermediate. I don't consider myself at like a very advanced stage, but intermediate stuff. So I hope this slew of guide for the Early Space NMG route helps you. I try not to go super in depth with it, especially well, Taria kind of needed to be like super in depth. When I come back for yeah, you should be able to get it pretty quick with all the current stats. But yeah, I think it was like 9-10 parts, maybe 8. I completely lost count. It's been like 4.5 hours. But I put a link in the description for the Speedrun Academy link for the NMG guide. It's very detailed. Maybe I should add more to it. Be sure to check that out. It's sure a all the other tutorial playlists too. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.